Hello and welcome to episode 84 of the Championship Rounds podcast. Finally, some good fights this week. Finally, we've been begging for them and they are here. And it is wonderful. Really good show in Riyadh on Saturday, even though nobody's going to watch it because it's in Riyadh on the zone. But anyway, main event, I think, David Benavidez against Anthony Yarde for the WBC title at 175. Yeah, Anthony Yarde getting more title shots. I mean, if Benavidez can't get Bivol or Beterbiev, I guess this is okay, but I don't see it as a competitive fight. I think Yarde's shot, and I think he's going to get absolutely battered.
Maybe he'll be dangerous for the first couple rounds. You can't look at his last fight and be like, yeah, this is great. This has got a classic red all over it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why does he have another title shot? What is he getting these title shots? Wait, what is he getting them from? Like, I don't.
I have no idea.
He's just like just a guy who's in the division, and it's like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yarde's got one of the weirdest careers. I think we said this when the fight was announced, or after the Alpha fight, or something. Like, and I put a tweet out the other day about it. He's been on TV for like nearly a decade. Like, big cards on TNT, big cards on Sky and DAZN. Everyone's always talking about him in terms of big fights, whether that be Buatsi or whoever else. He keeps getting title shots. He's constantly like top 5 ranked with Ring Magazine. But like, nobody can name an opponent who he's fought who he hasn't lost to.
Or should have lost to. He should have lost to Wilkins.
Well, yeah. But like, it's just a mental career. And like, he hasn't really had a big domestic fight. Like, Arthur wasn't really meant to be until he got beat by him, and then he had the rematch, and it like is what it is. The trilogy fight with Arthur was pointless. Nobody wanted to see that fight, and then it's like, you've not had a Buatsi fight, you've not had a Smith fight, you've not had a Woody Hutchinson fight, you've not had a Frank Buglioni fight, who you ducked for a British title. Don't think we don't remember that back in the day, because everyone remembers that. Don't worry, or I certainly remember that, ducking Frank Buglioni. But yeah, what a mental career. I don't think he's had a great trainer throughout his career, and I think a lot of his quote-unquote success in these fights has been down to athleticism, and at the end of the day, he's in his mid-30s now, and that's sort of going away a bit. And if you strip the athleticism away from Anthony Yarde, he is not good. He's not very good. And I think Benavidez is going to like spatter him. Yarde might survive long sort of 8, 9, 10 rounds because Yarde is tough, but yeah, I see it being a very one-sided fight.
Well, toughness can only get you so far. He might even last that long because, like, Benavidez, he's very fast and he kind of throws loads of punches. At least, like, he lasted 8 rounds against Beterbiev because he had some danger to him, but he just doesn't really have that anymore, does he?
Okay.
Like, you can get a flash knockdown on a journeyman, but you can't hurt him after that. You're probably not going to do anything to David Benavidez. You can't even say it's a one-off, like, oh yeah, you just happened to have a bad performance. No, because you didn't look good against Lyndon Arthur either.
He's losing maybe every round in a decision. Probably.
I think you get stopped.
The only thing is, Benavidez' power doesn't seem to have translated. Well, it's not the same as it was at 168.
That's the only reason I'm not picking a knockout. It doesn't
But
seem to match up.
but guys like I guess Morel. I mean, he's not that good, is he? But I mean, I guess he's like fresher than a Yard or Vosik. Obviously, Vosik's very experienced and can defend himself, and it's better than Yard. Let's be honest. Even a washed Vosik's better than Yard.
You're not respecting lines in the camp.
No, well, not anymore. Like,
Is he still with?
yes, he's never gonna leave Tunde.
He's never going to leave Tunde because of the contracts they have
Mm.
and the percentages and the certain things going on behind the scenes. But yeah, Tunde's made a very, very good living out of Anthony Yarde, and that's what I'm going to say. But he's never leaving Tunde. And Tunde's never letting him leave. So, yeah. At least he's going to get told to empty the tank when he's getting his head punched in the 6th round.
It's unfortunate timing for the fight because I think like a younger 2023 Anthony Yarde could beat Benavidez. 2025 Anthony Yarde should not be competitive. If he's competitive, that is a terrible look on Benavidez. He's top 10 pound ranked currently. You can't be going life and death with Anthony Yarde. At least this Anthony Yarde. You can go life and death with a younger, fresher one, but not this one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yard's career is so weird to me. I can see Yard. He's never been the most active of fighters. I can see him sort of shelling up, and after round, getting a beating, sort of they stop it standing in the corner with Yard shelled up, and everybody crying about a stoppage when in reality Yard's showing very little. But I just think, yeah, Benavidez is winning this fight easily.
Tao could come in. I mean, yeah, Tao could. I mean, it's not the first time Tunde would have thrown a towel in. He threw one in for Beterbiev. Like, he'll have openings, it's just whether he can take them. Like, he's a good counter puncher. He's going to have counter punching opportunities with the amount Benavidez throws. It's just whether they'll do anything. Now, you never know. It's a possibility. He has a puncher's chance.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. Just, it's not a very high puncher's chance.
Yeah, it's the bottom end of the puncher's chances, to be honest.
Yeah. If it's good, it'll be good, but it won't be good for Benavidez. But it'll be good for us to watch.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those fights where if it's competitive like that, it says more about Benavidez than it does Yarde.
Yeah, good for us to watch if you want to be awake at 2 a.m.
Yeah. We will move on to the WBO welterweight title. Brian Norman is defending it against Devin Haney. This is the closest fight with the bookmakers on this card. And I think it's probably the closest fight in my head, but I still think there's a clear winner here. And I think Brian Norman is going to brutally knock Devin Haney out. To be honest, I don't think Haney is very good at welterweight. He's obviously not fought a welterweight properly. He's fought Ramirez at like 143 or something. I think Haney's success at 135 mostly came from him being able to make the weight. Not necessarily. Ability, obviously he is skilled, but I think a lot of his success has been being able to make the weight before, and now he's coming up against somebody who's bigger than him. I don't think that's going to go very well. But anyway, Haney could win the decision, but I strongly favour Norman here.
So, I mean, the only question you need to ask is, can Brian Norman cut off a ring?
What if Catterall gave his hypnotist powers to him?
Look, can he cut off a ring? That's the question. If he can, yeah, he'll win. If he can't, he'll lose. And I was watching the Quinton Randall fight, and either he is improved significantly or he's fighting better style matchups. Or a bit of both. Because he did not look great in that fight. I mean, Quinton Randall didn't do a whole lot, but for the first couple of rounds, he was doing well, fighting well at range, which is something Devin Haney can do, although Quinton Randall wasn't like moving loads. I mean, that fight was not a good look. It's like probably the closest kind of style to Devin Haney that he's fought. I mean, he hasn't really fought anyone else with a Devin Haney type style. He's just been fighting the Jin Sasakis and the Santions of the world and chinning them.
So really, it's either gonna be a maybe early to mid round KO, or it will be a boring decision.
It's if he stands in front of Norman like he was doing against Ryan Garcia, like he was doing against Linares and Lomachenko, like fights he got hurt and dropped. Well, he's gonna get stopped. If he doesn't, and Norman can't cut off a ring, he's gonna win if the judges are favorable to his style. It's really just that. Or if he just is terrified of getting punched, then he's just gonna lose.
I was about to say, I feel like he might end up being like scared to get hit, like he clearly was in the Ramirez, but I don't think he likes being hit like at all.
Oh, nobody likes being hit.
No, but he's like afraid of getting hit. I don't think he trusts his chin. That's what I'm saying.
All he has to do is stop dropping that right hand, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, we're about too deep into the career for that.
If you're gonna box how he did against Ramirez, well, one, he has to be a lot better. Two, he has to throw more punches. Like, they're going to favor the guy who's coming forward, probably. But you never know. But they probably will. Like, even if he's missing, he's coming forward and trying to throw, and you're just sticking and moving, not really throwing many right hands. They'll probably favor Norman, even if he doesn't deserve. If people think Devin Haney's won, they'll probably favor him. Like, they're just fed up with Devin Haney just running around the ring.
We all are.
Yeah, I mean, you've at least he at least has to set up this left hook. I mean, you're not just gonna wing a left hook and hit him. Ryan Garcia was setting up his left hooks with his right hand, with his jabs. All right. Norman needs to
I
set
don't
it
think
up.
it's a left hook. I don't think it's a left hook. I think it's a right hand over the jab.
That would be the punch to get him, though.
I think it's the right hand over the jab. I don't think it's a left hook. I think that's the key shot. Yeah, Haney's been vulnerable to left hooks, but I don't know if Norman can fire a right hand over the jab. I think Haney's not bringing it back particularly quickly, and there's an opening there. I think Norman can cut the ring. I think his feet have been clunky in the past, but I think he's a improving fighter. And yeah, the style matchups were good, but he's showing improvements in those style matchups, if that makes any sense. And I think he's a fighter on the rise. I just can't. Maybe I'm just hoping Haney loses, but I really favour Norman here, man.
Look,
Honestly.
maybe he can cut off the ring, but watching his fights, I haven't seen any sign that he can cut off the ring. The one fight he needed to cut off the ring, he didn't cut off the ring and looked terrible.
He's never really had to do such a thing.
He has, and he didn't do it against Quinn and Randall.
I'm saying,
He wasn't able to
it's
cut off the
very
ring.
rare. Like he did, all his recent fights, that's not a thing for him.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's great when people come towards him. He's great on the inside. He's great at walking, like these fighters that will just move backwards down like you're doing to Santion. But, I mean, I haven't seen him cut off a ring. Maybe he can, but I can only base it off what I've seen. And the fact that he had to cut off a ring in a fight and didn't do it and looked terrible. And that was unfortunate. That was on the Shakur De Los Santos card as well. Imagine having to watch both those fights.
Yeah. And then Navarrete stinking out on that show as well.
Yeah, he was there as well. Oh, what a card.
On Thursday night.
Lord. Yeah, like, really, I was picking Brian Norman, and then I rewatched the Quentin Randall fight. And I changed my mind to pick Devin Haney. We'll see if he has actually improved, or he's just fighting better style matchups. I mean, it's a good fight. I mean, 50-50 fight that maybe more people are edging Norman.
Yeah.
But still a good fight.
I think Norman honestly can see it in 4 or 5 rounds. Honestly. But yeah. Bam is back against Puma Martinez in another unification. One of the best fighters of this year. Yeah, I'm just gonna read it out. Quadras Rungosai, Israel Gonzalez, Christian Hernandez, Sonny Edwards, Juan Estrada, Pedro Guevara, Fumile Cafu, and then Puma Martinez. It's getting a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Really. I mean, I expect him to win very, very well. I think Puma's a top level fighter. But the style is perfect for Bam. He's going to roll forward Puma. Puma's going to try and roll forward at him, throw loads of shots, try and get in his face, push him back. And Bam, that's going to be perfect. Bam's going to sit on that back foot, counter him all day, pivot round him, make him look silly at times, and then probably stop him mid to late rounds. I think Puma might have a problem with the weight. He had obviously the Ioka fights. The second Ioka fight, he got dropped in, didn't look particularly good. Very, very close fight. And obviously he missed the weight in December last year for that fight, or he didn't attempt to make the weight. So yeah, I think Bam's just going to batter him, being honest. Like, I think it's going to be another just fantastic performance from the best active American fighter in the sport. And yes, he is better than Crawford right now. I don't care what anyone tells me, he's better than Crawford at the moment.
Right. It's unfortunate that he's fighting all these good, very good, great fighters, and he's like such a heavy favorite because he's so good. And he's going to batter them and dominate them, and then no one's going to give him credit for these wins. It's like, no, he's just beat this guy who just beat Ioka twice. Well, twice. Like, the second fight was close, but he definitely beat him in the first fight, and beating Ioka once is great. But he's probably going to batter him and stop him to the body.
Round 6, I fear.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
early.
I mean, he might reenact the Estrada
That's what I
knockout.
was gonna say. Just extract the knockdown. He's something.
Yeah, because it's going to be there for him, and he's going to throw it, and he's going to land it, and Puma's not going to see it coming. He's going to be too busy attacking, and it's you just don't see those coming, and it's over. Especially a guy who's struggling to make weight.
Yeah. I could see it being earlier, like, could he knock him out to the head early?
He can do. He's Bam
He can do,
Rodriguez. He
yeah,
can
he
do
can literally
anything.
do anything. Yeah.
He can do anything. Yeah, if he chinned him in a round, I wouldn't be surprised. He's Bam Rodriguez. I'd be a little surprised, but I wouldn't be crazily surprised.
Yeah. Like, the only way to really extend Rodriguez at Superfly past about 6 or 7 rounds is to box like Cafu and try and survive. Like, we had the debate about that Cafu fight. I thought he just boxed to survive in that fight, and he still got dominated and stopped.
Ben
And like,
said that was his hardest fight because of how
negative he was, yeah.
how negative he was.
Like, maybe that's the kryptonite, and maybe, but like, honestly, Puma, if Puma's not skilled enough, Puma's better than Cafu, but Puma can't do what Cafu did, and that he's just going to get stopped a lot earlier, despite being multiple levels above Cafu, because he's just going to try and be an offensive machine, and he's going to get pieced up, man. And it's Bam Rodriguez, and that doesn't mean that Puma's a bum. It means that he's fighting Bam Rodriguez. And
we just saw Ioka arguably beat him. Like we're triangle theorying this, but it's like if Ioka can do that, what the hell is Bam Rodriguez gonna do?
yeah, I mean, what a fighter! What a man!
It's unfortunate that Bam just has we break his fights down less than we do like a Haney Norman because it's obvious what he's gonna do. Like, he's just so good. Like, a good fight on paper. It's a good win.
It's a great win, though.
He's gonna be Bam, and when Bam is Bam, he wins.
Yeah, and it's gonna be unfortunate when he stops Kenshiro in like 2 rounds next year.
All right. Next.
I'm already mentally preparing myself for that, and it's like he's gonna stop him in like 2 or 3 rounds, isn't he?
He's gonna stop.
Probably.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, kind of I don't really know how he beat Bam, to be honest. Like a boxer, if you box like what Sonny should have done, and what Cafu does, like yeah, you'll survive, but you're not winning.
It's size and power.
Like yeah, you just have to chin him, I guess.
I was about to say that he would have to miraculously chin him.
Or just go to war with him and somehow come out on top. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's silly because he's 2 weight classes above right now, but if Inoue lands the shot Estrada does, it's just that type of thing, really. And you have to be Inoue's level to outbox him. Or you have to be a featherweight.
If Inoue landed that shot on Bam, it would be perfectly fine because Inoue's a telegraphing word. I'm not going to say.
I mean, Inoue's we talk about triangle theories. The Inoue I'm talking about stop Dankas. So.
We'll get on to it later.
Yeah, he's so good. Like I can't say it. You've run out of words to say about him. Um, you just run out of superlative to describe how good Bam Rodriguez is, really. But anyway, we will move on. Sam Noakes is fighting Abdullah Mason for a vacant world title at lightweight. And we are going to see why British boxers do not have success. Because he is going to get pounded by Abdullah Mason. This is going to be total domination. Abdullah Mason is about 5 or 6 levels above in speed and power. I'm not one of these guys who's super high on Mason. Like, I think he's obviously going to win a world title and he's probably going to be a multi-division world champion, but I don't think he's elite of the elite as in terms of a prospect. But man, the levels between these two is going to be shown. Like, I don't think Noakes is anywhere near quick enough, and he's way too basic, and he comes forward in straight lines, and it's just basic high guard jab. You weigh in and try and work the body, and that's just not going to work in someone like Mason. And he's going to get pinged.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Mason probably. It's tough to say in these sorts of fights because Noakes could just end up having one of the most ridiculous chins of all time and see the final bell and just lose a 120, 106 or something. Or he could get stopped in like 4 or 5 rounds. Like, I just see it being one-sided domination. I think Abdullah Mason probably stops him between sort of 5 and 8. But I wouldn't be surprised if Noakes takes it longer or even sees the final bell because he could just be ridiculously tough. And one thing about Noakes is he's always going to be physically fit. So, you know.
The knockdowns, they're always going to be in the back of your mind and it's worrisome, but I don't think Sam Noakes is the guy to take advantage of that. Fortunately for Abdullah Mason. Because he hasn't fixed his defensive issues. And he's not going to.
He's not going to until it's too late. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be one-sided.
Yeah, for how good this card is on paper, I mean, a couple of the fights are, well, 3 of the fights that we've mentioned of the 4, we've all said they're going to be one-sided.
Yeah.
That's not very.
And no matter where you look in boxing,
Although,
Winocki's always about to stink it out.
Yeah, like, at least one of the ones that's going to be one-sided is like good on paper.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's good. A lot of it's good. I don't mind the fights. Talking about that. Go on, sorry.
At least the ones we say are going to be one-sided, like they could end up being good fights. Like, Yarde could roll back the years. Benavidez could just be terrible.
Yarde could roll back the years, have a couple of good rounds, and end up getting stopped.
He could roll back the years, have a good 8th round, be told to empty the tank, and then get chinned in a couple more rounds.
Off a jab.
Yeah. And, Sam Noakes could drop him a couple of times and they could go to war with ultimately Noakes getting stopped, but that would be fun.
We're going to end this card on 1 point and 1 point only. If Jack Price can beat Sam Noakes, Abdullah Mason definitely can as well. So we will move on. Because
maybe Sam Noakes is not Sam Noakes. Maybe Jack Price is better than Abdullah Mason.
We need to make that fight. We need to get Jack Price versus Abdullah Mason. And if this is a very niche topic, but I wonder what he's doing now. Good old Price.
Haven't seen anything about him really.
He's disappeared.
He's walking his ducks.
Oh, we wish him well, don't we? Can do as you can. We will move on to Monday in Tokyo. Tenshin Nasukawa and Takuma Inoue. Apparently, he's got a brother who boxes. I don't know. They're fighting for the WBC title at 118, vacated by Junto Nakatani. I think Tenshin is just going to box his head off, man. Too big, too strong, too long rangey.
Too strong.
Yeah,
Disrespect is crazy.
Too strong. Too strong. Too strong.
Too big, too strong.
Yeah, I'm picking Takuma by decision.
No, man. Tenshin's gonna. Tension could stop him. I'm telling you. Tenshin is gonna box rings around him, and those body shots are gonna add up, and Takuma's gonna not like him. And I just think he's way too long, and his timing's really good, and his speed's way too quick. He's just way too quick, and he's big.
The speed. I don't think the speed's going to be. Well, it's not going to be as big of a difference as it has been compared to the rest of his opponents. I mean, he'll still be quicker because Tenshin, he's insanely quick, but you never know. Like, I'm more picking Takuma for the bounce, but because he's the better rower. But he can't win.
He can win, but I think Tenshin's a favourite, so.
Yeah, I don't imagine many people will be picking Takuma. So if you want to be on the winning side, pick Takuma.
If you want to be on the winning side, pick boxing, because boxing is winning here.
No, it's not.
It's 2026 boxing.
If you want to be on the losing side, watch boxing.
What is this podcast come to? Makita Nakanu's fighting Reese Aleem in a featherweight eliminator of the IBF.
Yeah.
I think Nakanu could chin him. Aleem could outbox him. I don't know. Watch the fight. I think Nakanu probably chins him. So it is a good fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Nakanu's got home advantage. Bigger puncher. Bigger he's fought at super
That means
feather.
nothing. That means he's going to lose if it goes to the decision.
Did I hear the name Raees Aleem in the Big 2025?
He's going to put on a clinic. But he could actually put on a clinic, which is the funny thing.
Yeah. Nakanu can, he's got that stupid power, but he also has sort of like a lot of Japanese fighters. He is a bit of a big stiff idiot. So it'd be all right if Aleem stands at mid-range, but if he doesn't stand at mid-range, if he's hanging out in the air like a lot of Japanese fighters do, and just have a trade-off, Nakanu could be in trouble. But again, I favour Nakanu because he's much, much bigger, stronger. Punch is obviously a lot harder. And I don't think Aleem's got the motor skills to get to him, really. He's older, Aleem. Isn't he like nearly 35, 36? That sort of age range.
Doesn't matter. Skills pay the bills.
Yeah. Maybe. One of the weirdest fights to look at on BoxRec in the next few weeks. Carlos Cuadras is back. He's fighting Tsuboy, or how the hell you say it, Tomoya Tsuboy, I think is how you say it. Who's 2-0. Cuadras is 44-5-1, and he's fighting a 2-0 guy. Tsuboy won the World Amateur Championships. I think it was 2021 in Serbia. He won them. And they're obviously pushing him quite quickly. Rightfully so, he's 29. But this is a good little fight. I think Tsuboy probably wins a decision here. Probably. I don't know.
I think Cuadras might do it. I mean, I wouldn't say I've thought a lot about the fight, but that's very soon to be jumping in with someone like Vargas, who is just an ageless warrior, it seems.
I think, what was the fight I watched? Because this is how mental I am. I watched the Juan Marquez fight he had last December. That was an Adrian Courier undercard on ESPN Knockout. I don't think Quadras looked particularly good in that fight. He was showing the signs of, being a bit washed up. But yeah,
At least that wasn't his last fight. If that was his last fight and he hadn't fought in almost a year, that would be good.
he had a
He did
competitive
have-
fight in this fight.
Yeah. Torres wasn't his name.
Yeah.
I think it was like a 6-4 fight or something, 7-3.
Yeah, 6-4 on the scorecards. But yeah,
That would
You
be
will-
a pretty bloody good win if you're being Quadras in your third fight.
yeah, that is true. Like, I say it a lot with how prospects have moved in the UK particularly, but like, Jesus Christ. There's moving your prospect quickly, and then there's this.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
if you beat
regardless if he's 37, I mean, he's still one of the best in the division.
If you beat Quadras, you are right in the mix for a world title at 115, especially if you're in a position where Bam's going to potentially win all the belts and move to bantamweight. Like, you could see Tsuboi in a world title fight next year. And this will get him a ranking with probably pretty much anyone he wants. So, yeah.
They just got to sacrifice Kenshiro to get him a title shot. Oh, sad times.
Kenshiro ain't even won that belt yet. So,
Well, if he loses,
if he loses,
he retire. He should retire. It's done.
Yeah. But yeah, looking on the card, Rico Masuda's in a layup fight, really, against the Mexican kid. He's going to fight for a bantamweight world title next year. He'll fight the winner of the Salas versus Ngexege fight, or however you pronounce it. It was announced today. So yeah, that's Monday. There's a Pro Box card. There is a Pro Box card on Friday. Francisco Ruon's fighting Romain Villa. Jesus Christ, Romain Villa. Beat Rashidi Ellis almost like 3 years ago now. That's a decent little fight. I think Viron stops him though. It's just a typical Pro Box card. You got Benn against Abraham Montoya on there. Dante Benjamin's on there. And, it's just a typical Pro Box card. It's decent little fights. We'll move on. I don't know if there's anything there you really want to talk about.
Definitely not.
Okay. We will... Jesus Christ. I just read the notes. British boxing continues to deliver banger after banger after banger, and Harlem Eubank is back because that's the fight. Harlem Eubank, man, the fighter that's up there with all-time great action fighters. Like, Jesus Christ. He's fighting Josh Wagner. I hope Wagner wins. We don't have to watch Eubank anymore because, yeah, this ain't good. Eubank's not good. Yeah, it's just not very good, really. Typical Wasserman. Channel 5 needs to go back to Big Nick, who actually put on decent fights. So yeah, it's not great. And I will mention actually next week, there is a show, or 4 shows. It is the biggest boxing event in Pakistan boxing history. You've got Mohammed Wasim back in the mix. Hazer Saratra, Peter Dobson, Mohammed Mamoon, Dylan Ghani, Jimmy Kelly, JJ Metcalf is back. Yi Jun Kim against Yatapong Tongdi. You got two former world title challengers getting in there with each other, having a go. Alberto Palmetta. You have got Raza Hamza, Steve Jeffrard. Remember Steve Jeffrard? You don't. He got knocked out by Joe Smith on about a month's notice. And it is all happening in Lahore, Pakistan, live on Twitter TV.
Yeah, you love the sport. You love the sport too?
Yeah. No, this is genuinely fantastic. Like, genuinely, this card, these fights were actually quite good. There's good fights here. Watch them. They were very, very, very well matched, I must say. Exceptionally matched, some would say. But yeah, we will move on. We'll go back to reviewing the action from this weekend. I didn't watch the Benn fight. I didn't watch the Benn fight at all. I watched the. I don't know if you've got anything to say about that.
I watched it. The Eubank threw a smooth like 20 punches around, maybe. Just went around in a circle. Got walked down the entire fight, and possibly won one round, maybe. I don't know. He got better, and he almost got stopped at the very end. So he got face planted at the end.
Yeah, you watched a jog sheet drain, outbox, and nearly stop Chris Eubank.
On the second go.
Yeah, not great. Rehydration clauses, man. Look, if you can't make the fight with it being safe for both guys, if you have to have a rehydration clause, don't make the fight. If Conor Benn is too small, don't make the fight. And you might be listening and thinking, yeah, but if Chris Eubank was fighting for an IBF or any IBF shit, he'd have to do a rehydration clause as well. Yeah, he would. But the IBF shit is 12 pounds, not 10. It's 12 pounds at middleweight. Like, if the IBF, these shitty sanctioning, corrupt people who know that 10 pounds is too dangerous for a middleweight, then it shouldn't be done. And he actually made weight this time. He was like, I'm not missing weight, and it fucked him. Like, he looked like a drain file who couldn't pull the trigger. It was not good. It was not fun.
I don't love you, Eubank, but I don't mind him. And you could already, from the first fight, I didn't like it because he's like significantly better than Ben, but his body won't allow him to be that. And then he already beat him while being like that, and then he had to do it again.
Yeah, look, he went through the whole shit of doing it the first time. I mean, he didn't make weight the first time, but he nearly made weight. And he did do the rehydration clause as well. Went through all of that in a war, and it took a massive toll on his body. Now he has to do it all again, and he's 36. Like, yeah, you basically saw what that did to him in the ring.
And then there's that from the two fights, and then we're not even talking about where he was supposed to fight him the first time, and then he had to fight Liam Smith instead.
Well, I'm not giving him any sympathy for that because he didn't have to make 157. He chose to make 157.
I'm sure he was already near there, though. He was already.
Yeah, he could have just. Like, he would have been like probably at 160 and was like, yeah, let me just kill myself to make 157 to show that I can. But that was his fault. This isn't his fault.
Well, it's still across the whole however many months.
Yeah, but
he's doing his body harm like that.
Like, yeah, the years of this it's taking its toll. Yeah. Anyway, fuck the fight. Tokushi can come back.
Hello, yeah. One fight. If we didn't think it was in the days anyway for boxing, it definitely is now. Because Jack Catterall got a stoppage win.
He actually
And-
looked really good.
And his fight was good. The car. It's annoying because the car was good outside of the main event.
I thought Catterall looked really, really good in the first 4 or 5 rounds of this fight. Obviously got knocked down, was beating Echo up. And then Echo started doing Echo, and I thought Catterall was going to fall apart here, and Echo's going to nick a decision. And then the 11th round, Catterall or Echo falls over. Echo gets up. The ref doesn't stop it in time. Catterall knocks him down. The ref doesn't score a knockdown because he called break, but doesn't give Echo Esserman any time to recover. Then Jack Catterall brutally stops him. So well done, ref.
Yeah, that was
Like,
a bullshit knockout. He got a knockout. It's funny because he actually got a knockout, and it was
Like
a bullshit
fake
knockout.
like sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just because the ref fucked everything up and got Echo Esserman chinned.
I think Catterall did look really good in the fight though, but I still think there's holes there at welterweight, man. And like a sort of rugged, tough, high pressure, high volume guy is always going to beat Catterall at welterweight.
Not if they get hypnotized.
Who knows if he even has those powers anymore?
Because look, I mean, Esserman did he got out the hypnotization, but he did get hypnotized for the first 4 or 5 rounds.
Like this is Carol's first new potion.
Yeah.
He's just trying it out. It wore off for a little bit.
We love some hypnotism.
I mean, making Jack Carroll look good and getting a knockout. Bozy Ennis might need trainer of the year shouts.
Okay.
I mean, forget everything Ennis has done. Even if Ennis had done nothing and lost both his fights this year, he should still get trainer of the year. Shouts for that.
Jack Catterall. Anyway. What else happened in that card? Oh yeah, Gilly against Ismail Davis. Really, really fun fight. Davis nicked the decision. I think they were all fair cards. I scored it a draw personally. I'm not gonna moan about having it round the other way to Davis. Really good fight, and that's just good British level fight, really.
I didn't score it, but it was good. And at least Sam Gilly's not washed. That's good. I mean, he might be washed now after that fight, but
Or they just both washed.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out.
Adam Azim, another bullshit stoppage, but Kurt Scobie bots like a journeyman. Azim was going through the motions, upped it in the last round with about 30 seconds to go. Scobie takes a knee, gets up, and the ref just stops it, even though I thought he could have continued. Azim. I think I've said this. I think I've said this before about Adam Azim. I think it was after the Lipnitz fight on it. And I still maintain it. He is a very, very good first gear fighter, but I don't think he's got much past that first gear. I just don't think he's got much past it. I think what you see is what you get. He's had multiple opportunities in his career to mark an authority on a fight and really blast someone out, and he just hasn't done it. And it's getting to a point where it's can he do it, or is he choosing not to? And I'm starting to think that he just can't do it.
I don't know, but it would have been a bad look if this went the distance, considering how much he was battering him.
Oh, it should have gone the distance though. It should have gone Howard Foster doing a Howard Foster thing.
Well, it's fine by me. I picked him by knockout, so it makes me right.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Howard Foster doing Howard Foster shit ain't gonna change my opinion.
I mean, I don't really care about that being stopped. even if there was like 30 seconds left.
I just think if you've let it go that far, you might as well. Like, I know Scobie did
It was
nothing.
bad timing. He probably could have stopped it earlier than that.
And they should have. I know they're not going to do it because Americans never pull their fighters out, but they probably should have pulled Scooby out.
They should have pulled him out of the weigh-in, man. They should have pulled him out 3 weeks before, or whenever he accepted the fight, if he was going to box like that, because he just didn't try. Let's be honest. But yeah, I don't want to see Scobie again. To be honest, he's just at least go in there and have a go. Like Jesus Christ. React poor blasted out Tommy Welch is what it is. Sort of thought that would happen. Yeah, React poor. Is he a boxer or is he boxing to maintain an image to sell to fashion designers? I don't know. It doesn't look like he's taking his career very seriously. So yeah, what else was the match? I can't remember. Was that it?
And that was about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was about it. We all move on to Mexico. Espinoza just battered Arnold Kagai. I don't know who could see that coming. Great fight to make. Fantastic fight. Definitely wasn't a mismatch going in. But yeah, Kagai got pulled out after the 10th round. It probably should have been stopped after the 7th round.
It's like they looked at his eye like the 8th round, and it's why are you letting it continue? His eyes like basically closed, being bad. As much as beating you up in first gear. Like, what's the point? He's barely even putting anything in the punches either. And he's just barring you. His bloody eyes closed. No, we'll just let him go out. I blame Charlie Edwards.
I will say with Espinoza, he has got tall man syndrome. He's going to get chinned soon.
I don't think it's as bad as like Fondora, but I mean, I guess he's there. Like, he seems to tuck his chin more than Fondora a bit. But I mean, I didn't really see anything in that fight. Like, it wasn't bad in that fight, but it has been there. Like the Rabesi fight where he nearly got stopped.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was because he was switching, not because he's 12 at all.
Yeah. And yeah, why the hell? I still don't know why Charlie Edwards was there. That was one of the most. You know, like you're really, really tired and you're watching something. You're watching like a US show or a Mexican show, and it's really, really late or really early in the morning, and like you're half asleep, and like I just saw him in the corner. I was like, "That's not who I think it is, surely." And it was.
I think
so
they shared a camp or something. I don't know.
Camp for what? What's Charlie
I
Edwards
don't
training
know.
for? Another journeyman on Channel 5. Like, Jesus. But anyway. The IBF eliminator at 140. Gabriel Golez. After I said I was worried for his health and he should retire, he went and won. He went and won it and got dropped in the cards. Yeah. I mean, Delgado had weight trouble all week. Didn't look very good. Got dropped. And lost, pretty much.
He had 2 tries to make weight. And he had to do the IBF shit the next day. Yeah, just move up. You're losing to guys in 2025. Yeah. You're either not very good or you should move up. Or both. I think it's both in this case.
And that's 2 fights this year for him.
And he arguably lost them both.
Yeah. It's not great. Yeah, not ideal.
Yeah. And like you could make an excuse for the Elvis Rodriguez fight, but a tough style, a boxer. You can't make any excuse for the Gardas fight.
Yep. Yep. Anyway. Emiliano Vargas went the distance, looked okay. They were good learning rounds. He's young. I don't think he's as good as advertised, but he's only young and he's learning. It's what it is. And Richard Torres stopped Thomas Sadek in a round. Who could have guessed that somebody who got stopped by Nathan Gorman in a round got stopped early by Richard Torres? Who would have guessed that? So yeah,
Not me.
We will move on. Is there any news? There is some news. Tim Zoo's back on December 17th. I probably think he should have had a few more months off, to be honest. But whilst that Australian pay-per-view money's there to fight random people you've dug up, you might as well take it because you can earn decent money. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are two places where you make loads of money being pretty mediocre at boxing. That is Australia and the UK. Because Australia, everything's pay-per-view, and the UK, the fighters aren't very good, so you get opportunities. And if you have a last name, you can capitalise on it all. But yeah, Sam Goodman's also back on that show. Callum Peters as well. So yeah, it's a decent little show, I guess. But again, Australian pay-per-views, brilliant. We mentioned it before, Lando and Gex Gay, or however you say it, is fighting Jose Salas Reyes for the vacant IBF title on December 13th. Smith and Morrell purse bids on November 25th. And we will have a discussion right now about the Blue Ribbon Division. The Blue Ribbon Division, the best division in boxing, has been taken over by a sales rep who had a few white-collar fights. Somebody who I picked Nathan Gorman to stop a few years ago is now a world heavyweight champion. Fabio Wardley. Fabio Wardley's a world champion. I don't know how it's happened, but yeah. I see a lot of people moaning about the email stuff. It's part of the sport and has been for years. And for me, it's not like Wardley some bum who's not in the top 20. It's between Wardley and Caballero for the most deserving contender for a heavyweight title right now. And the WBO have ordered the fight, and Usyk doesn't want to take it. So he should be stripped of the title. He doesn't want to fight a mandatory. He's a very deserving mandatory. It's not a bum. And Usyk doesn't want to fight him. And Usyk should lose his title for that. I don't really see what the outrage is over this. He doesn't want to fight his mandatory. And it's a good mandatory. We complain about, or a lot of people complain about, champions not fighting top-level contenders. A sanctioning body orders the champion to fight a top-level contender. The champion doesn't want to fight him, so he's stripped. That's how it should work. I don't get the outrage over this, but anyway. I don't know if you see it.
My outrage is I hate upgraded champions. I hate them now. I hate them 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
And they carrier pigeon champions back then, though. Because they're email champions now, but they were carrier pigeon champions, weren't they?
Yes.
Or fax machine champions.
Probably fax machine champions.
Yeah, probably fax machine champions.
Yeah, if a guy doesn't want to fight you and he vacates his title, then it should be you versus the number 2 contender for the vacant title. No upgraded.
I guess, but that's just the sport. No, that is just the sport,
and that's why I hate
it. Yeah, but it is what it is. And talking of heavyweight, Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker's been a naughty boy. He's getting on the gear on the day of a fight.
Look, he accidentally shook Fury's hand and wiped his nose, and he further jogs this. It's not his fault. But anyway, he doesn't dabble in that he is a meth guy or a heroin guy. I don't know, whatever he was accused of doing.
No, basically, when he was transporting money during fight week, it had some residue on it. So,
Oh, that old chestnut. Oh, Lord.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, he's an idiot, and
Yeah, so it's a good thing that Portly did win after all, because now it would be a no contest, and the belt would become vacant. Actually, but that would mean two people would actually have to fight for the vacant belt. So maybe that would be better.
that would mean a Talma got ordered to fight Usyk. That would have been interesting. Because Talma
People already think he's ducking him. So.
Well, you know, if Atama is turning down Frank Sanchez, he's probably going to turn down an Usyk shot.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. I got a lot of shit on Twitter this week for saying Frank Sanchez is an avoided boogeyman, which he is, factually. Because 4 heavyweights are turning down this year. He's keeping all these heavyweights up at night, and they're crying in their beds, thinking Frank Sanchez is going to come and beat me up
With his one knee
in an IBF eliminator that nobody seems to want to take. So yeah, we will report back next week. When Tenshin Nasukawa is a world champion. When boxing gets even worse, because it's going to get worse. When Team Warbrits have given it a go and their stocks rose in stoppage losses in world title fights, and everyone's given it a go and daring to be great. But we will see you next week for another episode. Thank you for listening.
Takuma 2-time. See you in episode 85.